Tell me if you can relate to this. You're hosting Thanksgiving and they say that each person eats around 1.5 pounds of turkey. So you grab a 15-pound turkey, but you're wondering why at the end of the night you have so much leftover turkey. You're wondering if they even ate it. Well, they did, but they also ate the other 40,000 side dishes and desserts that everybody else brought. I mean, you yourself probably made 3 of them. And then Grandma Sue brought the green beans and 4 pies and a cheese ball. And then Aunt Bethany also brought her famous Jell-O salad. Comment down below if you know what movie I'm talking about. It's one of my favorites. It ends up being so much food, so you're left with a bunch of leftover turkey. So I'm going to show you some fun ways that you can use up that leftover turkey. Plus, I have a bonus recipe. I'm of course going to need a turkey to show you what to do with all the leftover turkey. So I'm going to roast up a turkey in the Traeger. We're going to smoke this turkey in the Traeger, and I'm going to show you how to make a sugar-free Dijon maple glaze. Now let's get to cooking so you can make some easy keto recipes. If you have a Traeger, you already know the amazing dishes that you can cook on this. Not only does it provide some delicious flavor to smoked meats, but you can actually do a bunch of things that you never thought about doing on the Traeger. And I actually have a whole video on it. Click up here if you want to watch how I made a complete meal using appetizers, main dish, side dish, desserts, all on my Traeger. Since Traeger gifted me this Ironwood 885 over the summer, I thought I would partner with them again and show you how to roast a turkey on your Traeger and how to use it to come up with some creative ways to make some dishes out of that leftover turkey. Let's start with the turkey. Now I'm going to use a bone-in turkey breast today. I'm not going to do a full turkey because it would be overkill for my family if I made them 2 turkeys 2 weeks in a row, so they would not be happy. So instead, I'm just doing a bone-in turkey breast. Now the instructions are still going to be the same. If you are going to use a full turkey, you're just going to have to cook it longer, obviously, because it's bigger. After I've removed my thawed turkey from the package, I'm going to pat it dry, and now it's time for some seasoning. To create a juicy turkey, I'm going to use the method that my mom always used, which was to slide some butter in between the skin and the turkey breast. So I'm using 4 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to season it with Traeger's Pork and Poultry Seasoning. This is around a teaspoon in here that I'm mixing in, and then you're just going to carefully insert your hands in between underneath the skin and the breast and massage it in there. You want to make sure you're not going to tear the skin just because you want that intact so we could hold all of that butter and all those juices inside. After that, we're going to sprinkle more seasoning along the outside of the skin as well as the inside of the cavity. Now, if you didn't want to use Traeger's pork and poultry seasoning, you could just use salt and pepper. I would use, with the butter, probably around like a teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and then just generously sprinkle salt on the outside of your bird. Next, we're going to smoke this on our Traeger at 225 degrees. So I've had it outside and I'm turning my Traeger on. The thing I love about these new models, like this Ironwood 885, is that it tells you exactly what to do. You turn it on, it tells you to set the temperature, hit ignite. It's so simple. And it has Wi-Fi technology, so it communicates right to your phone to let you know what temperature it's at. It tells me when my pellets are running low, like it did right here. And this device also has a probe, a temperature probe, so I can know exactly where my meats are cooking, like what temperature they're at and when they're gonna be done. So I'm preheating my Traeger to 225 degrees with the lid closed for about 15 minutes. And then I place the turkey inside a roasting pan and onto the grill. We're going to cook this until the internal temperature of my turkey is around 100 to 110 degrees. This will give it some good smoky flavor, and this will take about an hour. While that's smoking in our Traeger grill, I'm going to move on to my Dijon sugar-free maple glaze. And this is real simple. We're just going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar-free maple syrup, and I'll have my favorite listed down below for you in the description box, along with a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Mix that together, and this is going to be basted all over our turkey once it reaches that temperature of 100 to 110 degrees. And it looks like we're right there. So I'm going to just baste this maple Dijon glaze all over my turkey using a brush. And I'm also going to pick up some of that like melted juices that came down into the roasting pan and put them back onto my turkey. You want to do this around every 15 minutes, and you're going to cook this until the internal temperature of your turkey gets to 160 degrees. It's there, and now let's check our turkey. Look at how amazing this looks. It smells so incredible too. We're gonna let it rest for 20 minutes before we carve into it. Meanwhile, I'm gonna get all of my ingredients prepped up because we're gonna be making some turkey sandwiches. Now it's time to turn this turkey into an iconic post-Thanksgiving meal, the turkey sandwich. But this isn't your ordinary turkey sandwich. These are gonna be keto turkey sandwiches, and I'm gonna add some fun ingredients, including some leftover keto side dishes to jazz up these turkey sandwiches even more. First, you wanna place a griddle onto your Traeger grill grate, and we're gonna turn up the heat to 375 degrees. Now for the keto bread, I have a couple of different options. One of the main options that's out there, and it's what I'm gonna use today because it looks more like bread, is the keto breads that are out there that you can find in most supermarkets now. And a bunch of different brands make them. I'll have them listed down below for you. These ones do contain vital wheat gluten or protein, so obviously they have gluten in them, so if you're trying to avoid gluten, then stay away from these ones. If you're trying to be gluten-free, my favorite brand is called BASTED, and they make a keto bread that does not have any gluten in it. It tastes like bread too. It's really good. I'll have it linked down below for you as well. Or you can make your own, especially if you're wanting to have bread as a side dish for your Thanksgiving dinner. I have a recipe for a delicious keto bread that you can use, and that'll be listed down below for you. We're gonna butter each slice of bread and then place it onto our griddle. Next, you're gonna add cheese if you're using cheese, along with turkey, and we're gonna close the Traeger and then let this cook until the bottom of the bread gets that golden brown color. For my first sandwich, I'm gonna use turkey and Havarti with a little bit of horseradish Dijon mixture as my spread. Another one, I'm gonna use turkey, brie, and cranberry sauce. I love melted brie. It is so good, especially paired with turkey and something sweet like cranberry sauce. And if you're looking for a sugar-free keto cranberry sauce recipe, I have 2 of them, and I'll list them down below. I don't know why I'm doing this. I have 2 of them. I'll list them down below in the description box for you. And finally, I have a breakfast version of a turkey sandwich. I'm gonna show you how to make a breakfast hot turkey sandwich. If you're familiar with the hot turkey sandwich, they're really good. It's like a diner classic. My dad always orders them for lunch when we go out to eat, and it's a turkey sandwich with just gravy poured on top. We're gonna make a breakfast version. So on top of our bread, we're gonna add turkey, of course, and then I'm gonna fry up an egg and a couple slices of bacon on the Traeger grill on that griddle. And once they're done, we're gonna assemble it, and then you just pour some hot gravy on top. And this will be like leftover gravy that you had from Thanksgiving. And get creative with what you fill in inside your turkey sandwiches. You got leftover stuffing or green bean casserole, mashed cauliflower, put those in your sandwich. It really makes for an interesting turkey sandwich. And look at how incredible these all turned out. It's definitely not your average turkey sandwich. I have other keto recipes using a leftover turkey. Make sure you check out that playlist right here. It has a turkey soup in it and a keto turkey tetrazzini, along with all of my favorite Thanksgiving holiday side dishes and desserts. Have a happy Thanksgiving.